Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sanga conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we all move on to the next part of the session, may I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandrat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session every single day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj is my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Ghana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam to you, Dhanvat Pranam to all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Assembled devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Moni Lakshmi Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Benita Gandharvika Mataji Dandavat Pranam. My Dandavat Pranams to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every single day, giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Vrinda's mother Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Vrinda. Dandavat Pranam to Bal Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves before we start the recording?
Hare Krishna Mataji, my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, my Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees assembled here. I'm Susanti from Texas, Dallas.
Oh, Dallas, okay. Shishanti Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining us. This is the first time you're joining, Mataji?
No, Mataji, I have been joining from 1 week, but I have been joining at 3 o'clock and leaving at 5. That's why.
Oh, okay, okay. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji Dandavat Pranam Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. This is Shyamaguri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Sita Devi Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 9th chapter, 8th verse. Before I hand over the call to Mataji, I would like to read a brief introduction about Mataji. Dr. Sandhya Subramaniam, BDS, dental surgeon, and MS psychotherapy and counseling. Sita Devi Mataji she is a qualified dentist, but very compassionate about working for the environment and the youth and women. She started Bhakti Vedanta Hospital Youth Foundation, under which she conducts the AIDS awareness counseling program for the youth based on cultural and traditional value system of India for a decade, starting 2006 to 2016, and impacted almost 50,000 youth. She initiated other projects such as anti-plastic campaign and tree plantation drives, engaging youth from 50 schools and colleges in Mumbai. Spiritually, she is sincere practitioner of Bhakti Yoga since the past 25 years. She presently heads the Women Empowerment and Skill Development Program for rural women at His Holiness Radhanath Swami's Eco Village outside of Mumbai. These programs assist local women with respect to various aspects such as spirituality, health, poverty eradication, food security, and teaching them to make a livelihood through the skills such as stitching, painting, handcrafts, and food production. As trained dentist, she gives free treatment and awareness talks in the villages about general health and hygiene. She conducts workshops and seminars and conducts counselings and psychotherapy, especially for women issues. She has participated in many conferences and seminars such as Nexus Conference, Eco-Technology Conference organized by Yale University at GEV. Hare Krishna. Very beautiful introduction of Mataji. I'm very feeling fortunate to introduce you, Mataji, and we are happy that you are back again to Bhakti Sanga, giving beautiful class. As always, please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, there is a background issue and your voice is not coming up. There is this voice with, yeah, I cannot hear you, Mataji. There is a loud voice also. Yeah, background noise, Mataji. Yeah, if you remove the headsets, I think it will be fine. There is a background noise, Mataji, and your voice is very low for me. Sure. Maybe Mataji will reconnect. And someone else also confirm if Mataji's volume is okay, because my computer has an issue. It's little low volume for me.
I couldn't hear either, Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Background noise is so big.
Yeah.
Mataji.
We still have trouble, Mataji, hearing you.
Yeah. Use no. Ceiling fan is not the issue. It's coming from your device.
Yeah. Maybe she will reconnect. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? They can introduce if they want to. Otherwise, I can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nitya Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Krishna, Nitya Gandharvika Mataji, my humble obeisances to you and all assembled devotees, all Krishna Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Param Pavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore, Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Param Bhavani Shama Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every single day. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Valli from Naperville, Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Valli Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Yeah,
Can you hear better now?
Yes, Mataji, now we can hear you.
Yes, Mataji.
Spotlight you, Mataji.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah,
So,
Mataji, can you adjust your camera a little bit? We can see half of you. Yeah. Yeah, now perfect, Mataji. Take over, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 9, Canto 7, Text number 8. Shri Prahlad Uvacha Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Siddha Sattvaikatanagatyo Vachasam Pravahai Naraditum Purugunair Adhunapi Pipru Kim Tostamarati Same Harirukrajate. Shri Prahlad Uvacha Brahmadaya
Suragana munayota siddha sattvaikatana gatayo vachasam pravahai naraditum puruganay adhunapi pipru kim toshtam arhati same harir ugrajate. Anybody would like to try?
Tajishali Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sri Prahlad Uvacha Brahmadaya Suragana Munayu Sada Siddha Satvaikana Katana Gatayo Vachakam Prabha Hai Naraditam Puru Gunair Aduna Pipripru Kim Tostam Arhati Sami Hari Ugrajate. Thank you, Mataji. Dandatanam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I want to try.
Yes, please.
Shri Prahlad Uvacha Brahmadayasurakarna munayota siddhaha satvekatanaga tayo vachasam pravahe naradhitum puraguner dunapi pipruhu kim toshtur marhati same hari rugrajate hai.
Should I read anybody else? Prabhuji's? Any Prabhuji's are there? Hare Krishna. Please try. Are you going to try?
Yes, Mataji. Shri Prahlad Vacha Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Siddha Satveka Katana Gatayo Vatasam Pravahe Naradhitum Puruguner Adhuna Pipipruho Kim Toshtum Marhati Same Harir Ugrajate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Should I read the word by word?
Yes, Mataji.
Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Prahlad Maharaj prayed. Brahma Adaya, headed by Lord Brahma. Sura Ganaha, the inhabitants of the upper planetary systems. Munayaha, the great saintly persons. Atha, as well, like the four Kumaras and others. Siddha, who have attained perfection or full knowledge. Sattva, to spiritual existence. Ekatanagataya, who have taken without diversion to any material activities. Vachasam, of description or words. Pravahai, by streams. Na, not. Aradhitum, to satisfy. Puru gunai, although fully qualified. Adhuna, until now. Api, even. Pipruhu, were able. Kim, whether. Toshtum, to become pleased. Arhati, is able. Saha, he, the Lord. Me, my. Harihi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ugra Jatehe, who am born in an Asuric family. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, and all the saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by streams of excellent words, although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness. Then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified. So we will read the purport also. Somebody would like to read the first paragraph?
Yes, Mataji, Shalom Mataji. Hare Krishna. A Vaishnava who is fully qualified to serve the Lord still thinks himself extremely low while offering prayers to the Lord. For example, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Chardamda, says, Jagai Madai Haiti Muni Si Papipsta Purisera Kita Haiti Muni Se Ragista Chaitanya Sadamda Adi 5.2.0. Thus, he considers himself unqualified, lower than the worms in snoot, and more sinful than Jaga and Midai. A pure Vaishnava actually thinks of himself in this way. Similarly, although Prahlad Maharaj was a pure, exalted Vaishnava, he thought himself most unqualified to offer prayers to the Supreme Lord. Mahajano Ena Gadatsa Pantaha. Every pure Vaishnava should think like this. One should not be falsely proud of his Vaishnava qualities. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore instructed us Trinadapi Sunichena Taraurapi Sahishuna Amani Manadena Kirtanaya Sada Harihi. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Unless one is meek and humble, to make progress in spiritual life is very difficult. Thank you, Mataji. Nandatna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry for the problems. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because we are reading from the 7th canto, we will pray to Lord Narsimha Dev. Shri Narsimha, Jai Jai Narsimha. Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhringa Ukram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsingham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityu Namamyaham. Hare Krishna. Am I audible? So we
Yes,
are.
Mataji. Yes, we can
Mataji.
hear you clearly.
Thank you. So I'm really very, very thankful and happy to be with all of you again. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to associate with all of you and read from Srimad Bhagavatam and discuss Bhagavatam. It's for the purification of all of us. So we are reading from this very, very wonderful pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam, and the most wonderful lessons that we can learn from this pastime from the greatest devotee of all, Prahlad Maharaj, who is known as one of the Mahajanas, the 12 Mahajanas. Prahlad Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajanas who are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And as we know that our the Bhagavatam, there is a very important verse which gives us this instruction that Mahajano Yena Gatahsa Pantaha, meaning that anyone who is sincere about the path of Krishna consciousness, we must follow in the footsteps of the Mahajans. And Prahlad Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajans, and we are very, very blessed that we can discuss the great qualities of Prahlad Maharaj uh, through Srimad Bhagavatam. And this chapter, the name of this chapter is Shri Prahlad pacifies the Lord with prayers. And as we hear from the pastime of Lord Narsimha Dev, Lord Narsimha Dev appeared, that the main reason why Lord Narsimha Dev appeared is for protecting Prahlad Maharaj. Because for the Lord, there is no one more dear to him than the devotees. And it is said that if you do an aparad to the holy name, you can get purified easily by chanting the holy names. But if you do aparad at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, then there is no hope. There is no salvation other than the causeless mercy of the devotee. So from this pastime, we can see how Hiranyakashipu, though he was the father of Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj was just a 5-year-old child, but he was self-realized from his birth, and from his childhood he was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. And even though a child depends totally on the father for protection, but unfortunately, because Hiranyakashipu was a demon, and as we know the history of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they were actually Jay and Vijay, but they appeared in this material world basically to complete their 3 births. And one of the births, the first birth that they took was as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyakashipu, the name Hiranyakashipu itself means that he was too attached to wealth, he was too attached to opulence and luxury, and he was too attached to his name and fame. So he wanted to take the place of God. So he never could accept that his only child was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, whom he considered as the greatest enemy of all. So the quality, as in Bhagavad Gita, there is a whole chapter dedicated to the divine and demoniac nature. And in that chapter, Krishna very clearly says the qualities of a demoniac person. And Hiranyakashipu fitted all those qualities of a demoniac person. He had that in him, where he was arrogant, he was too attached to his position, and he was actually competing with God to take the place of God. And just by the power that he had received because of his austerities that he performed, and he got the blessing from Brahmaji, because of those powers, he started thinking that he is better than God, or he can take the place of God. So he just couldn't tolerate that his child, his only child, whom who he thought, as he actually says when Prahlad Maharaj says that, that you should also surrender to Vishnu, his ego and his arrogance gets hurt to such an extent that he says that you are part of my body. A child is like a part of the body of the parent, an extension of the parent's body. But just like when a part of the body gets gangrene or gets infected, in order to save yourself, you have to cut that part of the body off, right? That's what they do if any part of your body gets gangrene. So he says that you are like that part of my body, which has become so contaminated, so infected, that you are surrendering yourself to Vishnu, who is my greatest enemy, and not accepting me as the supreme, then you are not worthy of being a part of my family. You have to be cut out. You have to be destroyed in order to save our, save myself. I have to cut you off. So unfortunately, Prahlad Maharaj, though he was only 5 years old, he had to face the wrath of his father, who left no stone unturned. In the sense, any way you can torture, he tortured Prahlad Maharaj in every way possible, just to destroy him. But the greatness of Prahlad is that even in the face of such calamity, for the child, what is the greatest difficulty than when your own parents are so against you that they are ready to completely harm you? Forget about given protection. Where can a child, turn? So this is like, a serious case of child abuse, where he tortured Prahlad Maharaj, threw him in a pit of snakes, gave him poison, tried to burn him. Now, this is like the worst thing, and none of us have gone through any such that extent of difficulties or miseries what Prahlad was put through. But still, the greatness of Prahlad, the greatness of his uh, pure devotional nature is that he was not bitter. He did not hold a grudge, or he did not hold any anger towards his father. And that is a very great quality of a saintly person. How do we know whether a person is a really saintly, godly person? Is that they have extreme compassion. And Prahlad had so much compassion for his father that even though he was trying to harm him, he was only thinking for the well-being of his father till the very end. He wanted to do the best for his father. So this is the quality of all great souls, where we can see from time immemorial. There are so many examples. Even Jesus, when he was being tortured, and he was praying for those people who were actually hurting him, and he was asking God that please forgive them. And then in our own tradition, we have a great example of Haridas Thakur. He was beaten through 22 marketplaces for no fault, for no crime, other than that he was chanting the holy names. Though he was born in a Muslim family, he was so dedicated to chanting the holy name that even though he was told that if you chant the holy name, we will kill you or we will punish you, he still said that even if you cut my body into thousands and thousands of pieces, every piece of my body will still, every piece, there will be only chanting the holy name. So I am not going to stop chanting. And that's when the punishment was given. And at that time, that was like the highest, most worst punishment, the most biggest torture, where you are humiliated in 22 marketplaces in front of everyone. You are beaten with these hunters, so much that you can imagine one hunter hitting the delicate body of Haridas Thakur. It must be so painful. But every time they were hitting him, he was only praying for them. He was telling the Lord, please forgive them. And there was blood streaming, but still the only thing he continued doing was chanting the holy name. And by the end of this 22 marketplaces, he was almost like lifeless, and they just threw him in the water. I mean, this is the great quality of a pure devotee of the Lord, that they really are so compassionate. So we can see from this that it is only by the Lord's most, it's like a promise given by the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says this very, very, he tells Arjuna, you proclaim to the whole world that my devotee will never perish. I give my word, that every millennium I will appear. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. I will appear, but for what? The main reason for the Lord's appearance is that he wants to protect the saintly people. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So this is a promise of the Lord, which is repeated in all the Vedas, and it is also in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna himself has proclaimed this. And one thing is there, that Krishna never goes back on his word. His word is like, patthar ki lakir, a mark on the stone will never be wiped out. So that much faith. A devotee is one who has a faith in the words of the Lord. And Prahlad Maharaj showed by his example that he had extreme faith on the holy name, on the Lord. And he had this conviction that Krishna is my only protector and that he will come to protect me. Because of his such strong conviction and strong faith, Krishna had to fulfill that faith or that conviction of Prahlad Maharaj. As they say, faith can move mountains. This is a statement which everyone thinks, oh, how can faith move a mountain? But that is what is the meaning. In the spiritual sense, faith is the only thing which can accomplish the most difficult of tasks, most hopeless situations also. If you have strong faith in Krishna, in Lord, in the holy name, Prahlad Maharaj proved by his example that because of his extreme faith on Vishnu, his Lord, he knew that somehow or the other a day will come when Hiranyakashipu, who had become so powerful, why? Because of his conviction, his confidence, his false confidence, that because I have put so many conditions, and he thought that he is so smart, that he has put so many conditions, that in this creation there cannot be any person or animal or anybody who can fit all these criteria. So he thought that he is invincible, that no one can kill me because I have used my own intelligence. But in this pastime we realize that if you think you are intelligent, then Krishna is super intelligent, and his intelligence is so much that he completely fulfilled all those criteria, and at the same time fulfilling all those criteria and boons, he came in a most amazing form of Narsimha, half lion and half man form, and he specially appeared through the pillar. Now you may think, was it all decided that he is going to come out from the pillar? Was Narsimha already present in the pillar waiting, like how in the dramas we make these dramas, and when we do the drama, there's always a pillar and there is somebody waiting behind with the mask of is Narsingadev really hiding there, waiting, that when I can come or jump out? Actually, no. Actually, it was it was just Prahlad Maharaj's supreme conviction, and with such faith, he told his father Hiranyakashipu, when Hiranyakashipu was threatening Prahlad, that where is this Vishnu whom you're why is he hiding? You keep chanting his name, but why is he hiding? Tell him to come in front of him. I will kill him. I will destroy him. Where is he? Where is he? And he started demanding, is he here? Is he there in this stone, in this floor? Is he? And Hiranyakashipu just said, is he there in this pillar? And Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, 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 he is there everywhere. He is there between each atom, two atoms also. In between the two atoms, he is present. So this enraged Hiranyakashipu so much that with his big sword, he hit the pillar and he said, is he there in this pillar? Then I challenge him to come out. So it is Prahlad Maharaj, because he, with such faith, said that he is present in the pillar. That's how Narsingadev just burst out from that pillar at that exact moment when Hiranyakashipu hit the pillar with his sword. And he came just like a lion springs on his prey. When the lion is hungry, he just moves so fast. He just immediately jumped out of the pillar in the most dangerous, most horrifying form ever. And for Hiranyakashipu, the description is given in Bhagavatam that he looked just like a wasp compared to, Narsingadev's huge, massive form. Hiranyakashipu looked like a wasp, like a mosquito. And Narsingadev just was playing with him. And we all know how Hiranyakashipu met his match, because Hiranyakashipu had so much pride on his strength, on his powers, and on all these boons that he had received. He did not realize that Narsingadev, this form of the Lord, was specially meant to, destroy him. And Narsingadev was the quality of Narsingadev, the one quality of this form of the Lord was his anger. And the anger, the severe anger that Narsingadev showed was for what? What was the reason of that anger? Like, as we are told, that anger is like the worst emotion. It can completely destroy us if we become angry. But our anger is for what? Our anger is only when somebody does something wrong to us, or is completely for our own self. When we are affected in some way, our anger comes out. When our lust is not satisfied, then our anger comes out. We become very angry. But that anger can be so destructive to us. But the Lord's anger is not the anger like how we experience anger. The Lord's anger is also transcendental. Why? Because his anger is meant for the protection of his pure devotees. Because his anger comes out only when he sees that his pure devotees are in difficulty or in danger. So, Narsingadev is like the personification of anger. And such anger, and when you're angry, sometimes you scream, your voice raises, right? So Narsingadev's voice, his roaring was like more than 10,000 lions screaming, roaring, and he was shaking in anger. and his eyes were red, and after killing Narsimha Dev, he looked all the more, uh, all the more scary, because his nails were full of blood, and there was intestines around his neck, and the whole body of was torn apart, Hiranyakashipu's, and his blood was all over his body and his hands and his mouth, because he was drinking the blood. He was like so much angry, so much anger. We see such things. It's like a very horror uh, situation. So obviously, you know, this form of Lord Vishnu, nobody had ever seen something like that. Because from time immemorial, the Vedic descriptions of Lord Vishnu is what? He's resting, and he's always calm, always resting on the Ananta Sesh. And he's, always in a state of relaxation. Nobody has ever seen him like so angry. Even Lakshmi Devi, the picture you see is that he's relaxing and she's pressing the feet, and everything is so calm and quiet. So Lakshmi Devi is always at the lotus feet of Vishnu. And what to speak of Krishna's beautiful form? He's so endearing, he's so beautiful. Every part of Lord Vishnu is compared to a lotus. His eyes are Pankaja Mali. What is that shloka? In Kunti Maharani prays and describes, Namo Pankaja Nabhaya, Namo Pankaja Maline, Namo Pankaja Netraya,
Namo Pankajamali.
and last is Pankajangraya. Yes.
Namaste.
So every part of his body is so beautiful, and it's compared to a soft lotus. Now, if you just close your eyes and imagine a lotus, it's so beautiful. You have these the pink color lotuses, and there is white color lotus. The petals are so soft and delicate. So every part of his body is compared to a lotus. And obviously, when you think of Narsimha Dev, it is like complete opposite. Nothing at all. You can even think that this is Lord Vishnu. So obviously, everybody was so scared, so scared, that they were afraid to approach even Lord Narsimha Dev. Brahmaji, who actually was more afraid, because usually whenever they are in trouble, and whenever the demigods are in any kind of trouble, even during Samudra Manthan, they went to Lord Vishnu, and they pray, and always Brahmaji is the one who approaches. He's like the speaker for all the demigods. But Brahmaji also, seeing the form of the Lord, he was so scared, he just couldn't approach, and he immediately put it on Lakshmi Devi. He said, "You are his wife, you must go and tell him now everything is over. Hiranyakashipu is dead now. Please, gussa thuk do, as we say. Just stop being so angry." Because even after killing Hiranyakashipu, he was so angry that he was moving and screaming and, like getting so angry. So Lakshmi Devi also was, as I said, she was not used to this form of Lord Vishnu, and she also couldn't approach. And at that time, the only person, Brahmaji thought, that Hiranyakashipu, Narsimha has appeared only for Prahlad Maharaj. So obviously, Prahlad Maharaj is the only one who can really appease his anger. So but Brahmaji goes and requests Prahlad Maharaj, please, you go in front of him, because we don't have the even guts to go and stand in front of him. Please, you go. And Prahlad Maharaj, being a simple 5-year-old child, he didn't ask any questions. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm afraid." Or Prahlad Maharaj, the quality of a great devotee is that he just, humbly just accepted Brahmaji's request. And Brahmaji just told him, "You go and please appease him with your, words. And because he loves you, he will surely, listen." And just because Brahmaji said, Prahlad Maharaj very humbly and quietly, he just goes near Narsimha Dev. And Narsimha Dev is really angry, but as soon as he sees Prahlad, it's like just like how a mother, when she sees her child, immediately, there is so much love overflowing from the heart that, so Narsimha Dev also, as soon as he saw Prahlad Maharaj, there was so much love he felt that he put his hand on Prahlad Maharaj's head. And as soon as the Lord's hand was touched Prahlad Maharaj, immediately, you know, Prahlad. Now imagine if the Lord touches you, what will happen? It's like he was only a 5-year-old child, but he started experiencing like so much love, so much ecstasy, so much, all the symptoms of love started manifesting in his body, transcendental love. There are 8 this ecstatic symptoms, and Prahlad Maharaj felt so much love for the Lord that he immediately started reciting these words of glorification for the Lord, started expressing his love. And this is like the first verse that he prays. And the first thing that he says, shows the great quality that Prahlad Maharaj has, what a pure devotee has. And what is that quality? The first quality that he is exhibiting here is the quality of humility. Now, if any one of us, if you would have known that, oh, the Lord has appeared because of me to protect me, we would become, like you see among the devotees, our whole uh, process in life in Krishna consciousness sometimes is only because we want to, show how much service we are doing, or how much, you know, privileged we are, or how senior we are in our bhakti. Or sometimes we think that so many big projects we are doing. So the problem is that if we become just focused on what our achievements are in bhakti, in spiritual life, then what is the difference between us and the people in the material world who are also fighting for, in the corporate culture, trying for name, pulling people down, trying to get more name and fame and this. So Prahlad Maharaj showed that even though he was actually chosen by Brahma himself for such a big task of going before the Lord, he himself not even once felt or thought that he is very qualified for that. Though from the verse, when we read that verse, he's giving a reason why he's not qualified. He is not saying, oh, I'm so great that even Brahmaji and Lakshmiji couldn't go in front of him, or the demigods are chanting so many verses, but the Lord is not even, they are not able to make the Lord happy or calm him down. So they have approached me. See how great I am. See what qualities I have, how privileged I am, or how special I am. Not even once. In fact, the first verse he says is that you may think that, oh, he's comparing, and he's saying that, oh, the demigods are also chanting so many verses. They are in the mode of goodness. But you can see from all in this verse that there is not a tinge of pride. He's not doing this, trying to just show that whatever they are doing, it's of no use. That's why they are coming to me. Rather, he's saying that they are in the mode of goodness and they are so qualified. And what to speak of me? I am just a small child. I'm just a small, very small person. I'm very small compared to them. And more than that, I am born in a family of asuras who are ruled by mode of passion and ignorance. So he's directly going, out of his humility, saying that I have got asura nature in me because I'm coming in the family of asuras. So don't have any good qualities. So that it is actually the greatness of these great people, these demigods headed by Lord Brahma. It is their mode of goodness because they are so merciful. They are giving me this opportunity. So this is the mood of a devotee. A real devotee never thinks that he is qualified. And here in this verse, he actually shows how he is not qualified. And the opposite of that, what we can see is that when a person in the material world, what are the things, that a person in the outside world, or not outside world, any person who thinks he is very qualified, what are the four things that we become very proud of? What are the four qualities that make us think that we are very, very qualified? First is high birth, right? Janma. Kunti Maharani says this in her prayers. There are four things which are the biggest disqualification for any person to ever, get the mercy of the Lord. And what is that? Janma, high birth. Being very proud of getting a high birth, or even like for us in our condition, thinking that we are devotees. Sometimes just because we are in Krishna consciousness for 5, 10, 15, or even 30, 40 years, we start thinking that we are something, we have such a high birth that we see all the others, and we even use words like mekchas and karmis. You start becoming proud of your high birth and your high this. That is also a material disqualification, Janma. Rather here, Prahlad Maharaj, though he is one of the Mahajans, he is thinking himself that I am born in a Asura family. And he is even saying that I am born in a Asura family, I don't have any qualification. So Janma, and second is Aishwarya, having lot of wealth, being rich. Right now there is a marriage going on in India, which is, the height of opulence, the height of greatest display of wealth is going on. And so much wealth. But that is not the only qualification. Somebody might think, oh, if we are wealthy, then we can get the mercy of the Lord. No, even if you're wealthy, it depends on what kind of activities you're doing. Are you using your wealth in the service of God? That is what is more important. So wealth can become a disqualification sometimes, because you start believing that money can buy anything. I have so much money, I can buy anything. So Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta. What is Shruta? Knowledge. Having all these material degrees. In the material world, maybe there is a lot of value for that. That is like your qualification. In world, the people ask, oh, what are your qualifications? And then you give your degrees. I have this degree, I have that degree. But that degrees are it's only useful in this material world. You are not going to take all your degrees, after you die. What is the value of all those degrees anyways? You're not going to take anything with you. So material knowledge, material degrees are not actual qualification. They are a disqualification. Because the more you have degrees, the more egoistic a person becomes. We start thinking that we are, something great. So that becomes a disqualification. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shribir. Shribir is fame, being very famous, or maybe beauty. So when you are in the bodily consciousness, how can we, rise beyond that? Because our consciousness will be only on the body, the fame, the beauty, and external aspects. That will become the biggest disqualification for us. So, Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Ada Puman Naivar Hartya Abidatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. So, this last line is very, very important. And Kunti Maharani says that the Lord is not impressed by all these things. Your external qualifications, nothing works before Lord Vishnu. Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shrived is of no value, because the Lord is only attracted to the person who has the consciousness of Akinchana. Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Gocharam means you are the protector of the people, or you are a lover of the people who think they are Akinchan. The meaning Akinchan means one who thinks that he has nothing. He is poverty stricken, like the most poorest. Now you don't have to be like really poor with torn clothes and all, but you have to be, your consciousness should be like that. Tvam
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm back. Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. That is the quality which Lord is attracted to. So, as we can see in the purport, a very great example of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he was actually writing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, pages and pages in the beginning, he was actually going on telling all his disqualifications. First, he put himself in such a position where sometimes you will think if you write a book, you have to really promote yourself. You have to tell that, oh, this is my book, and But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was doing the opposite. Whole chapters he was dedicating on how he is like the most unqualified, the worst person to write about Lord Chaitanya. This verses he's actually saying, I'm like a worm in the stool. Now, what can be the more lowest position than that? A worm in the stool. How insignificant that is. So he's thinking that I'm like a worm in the stool and so unqualified. So the quality, what we need to aspire for, see, we cannot reach this level. We cannot really genuinely feel like this to that level, low, because we are not made like that. But at least we can follow in the footsteps by thinking that whatever service we are doing, it's not because of our qualification, or it is not because of our efforts, and it's not because of our own greatness that we are getting any service. Whenever we get any service, we should think that this service I have got a chance to do only by the causeless mercy of Guru, the Vaishnavas, and Krishna. So many times people, when we get any service, we get so much in, thinking that we are the doers of that. So the great qualities that we see in devotees like Krishnadas Kaviraj, that not even once he took credit for giving us this most amazing book of dedicated to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. He never took any credit. Rather, he was saying how disqualified. So that's why the real quality of a devotee is when he does great services. he takes great responsibilities, but we should take great responsibilities, but in our heart we should think that we are not qualified. So a true leader, a true spiritual leader is one who takes the responsibility or takes the lead, but does not believe that he is qualified to be in that position. Only then he can do his service in the right consciousness. So, a real Vaishnava, you see in the bhajans of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is like a whole section of his bhajans. So many of his bhajans are his inner, emotions and feelings, where he is literally, sometimes when you read this bhajan, Amara Jivana Sada Pape Rata Nahi Ko Punyera Lesha. That now imagine Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing this, for the whole world to always sing. We will always sing this. And this is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing. That there is Amara Jivana Sada Pape Rata. It's full of only sinful activities. And there's no trace of any good qualities. Now you will think that really is it true? Why is Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing in such ways that if you read that bhajan, you will feel amazed that how he is in this consciousness. Though he was such a qualified person. He was a magistrate, a district magistrate. And still his consciousness was like this, where he felt that he is, at the end of my life, he's always saying that, I'm just lamenting. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur's mood, by that you can learn that this is the quality of a Vaishnava. So we should try to follow in their footsteps, that the more years that pass in our Krishna consciousness, if we are rather thinking that how great we are as the years are passing and how we are, very qualified with great qualities, and if we think like that, then, that will be like a disqualification for us. Rather, the more years that you spend in Krishna consciousness, the more advancement that you make spiritually, you must, the test of that is, are we really internally feeling that we are so unqualified and that we don't have any spiritual qualities, and that we are dependent on the mercy of the devotees and Krishna, that without the mercy and the of the devotees we cannot really do anything. If this is not our consciousness, then whatever we do in bhakti, externally maybe, we may do a lot, may, chant so many rounds, but we cannot really please Krishna. So because Krishna is in our heart, we have to understand that internally we really need to work. It's like, as we are initially, when we come into Krishna consciousness, even following the 4 regulative principles is like such a big thing. We think that, oh, if we have overcome the 4 regulative principles we are following, that means we are, great. But as we progress, we see that there are more and more subtle anarthas. They are like small weeds that are growing in our heart, and that is what we really need to focus on as we progress in our path of bhakti. And as we read in the purport, that one should not be falsely proud of his Vaishnava qualifications. I think for all of us, this is a very important line which Bhaktivinoda Thakur Srila Prabhupada has given us, that Mahajano Yena Gata Sapanta, every pure Vaishnava should think like this. One should not be falsely proud of his Vaishnava qualifications. And we are blessed that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are followers in the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciples Rupa Goswami. We are Rupa Nagars, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. That as devotees, this is the only aim and goal that we should aspire for. This is like the highest goal that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us. These 8 verses are like, if we make that as the goal of our life and we just try to focus towards, even if we try to this one verse, our acharyas say that this verse you should tie it around your neck all the time, and keep it, close to you. Because this itself is like a lifetime work, lifetimes of inner work, spiritual work that we can do, in this path of bhakti. Externally, we may do anything. Externally, we may spend hours, chanting, hours going for yatras, doing big services. But internally, we really need to focus on, this consciousness, because only then we will really get the mercy of the Lord. Last line is, unless one is humble, meek and humble, to make progress in spiritual life is very, very difficult. And only when we have this consciousness, we can chant the holy name, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. We can continue chanting the holy name. So, begging all of you, begging all the Vaishnavas that we can continue in this path of Krishna consciousness, praying that we can develop some attachment to the holy names of the Lord. And the only way we can get attachment to the holy name of the Lord is if we follow these principles of being Amani and Manadena. That is the goal that we should really work for. Be humbler than a blade of grass. Trinad api sunichena, meaning be in the consciousness of a blade of grass. These are very, very high goals that we have been given by our acharyas. And I think, the perfection of our bhakti or our life of Krishna consciousness will be only if we keep this as our goal rather than anything external, because after a time, after 30 years, I've already almost completing 30 years in Krishna consciousness. I realized that after some time, your body will not really be able to do so much service. We will not be able to run around or, do so much. At that time, what we will do? How will we do our bhakti at that time? Because everything external will have to stop after some time. Then after that, we have to only focus internal. Our internal consciousness we have to focus on. So we have to, that's why from the beginning, try to follow these principles and follow the example of Prahlad Maharaj and all these great devotees who are in our line of our sampradaya, and persevere and work hard in this life, whatever time we have, to so that we can become more and more closer to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If there's any questions.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, to Sita Mataji, Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. This is Vrinda Gopika. माताजी, वो हम नहीं भूल सकते कि आपने हारमोनियम हमें सिखाया था भक्ति वेदांत हॉस्पिटल में. आप स्पिरिचुअल ऑल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर और सबके भजन आप हमें सिखाते थे. एंड यू आर डूइंग सो मेनी सेवाज माताजी. नेवर फॉरगेट योर sevas even in Jagannath Yatra in a Prerna program. Mataji, you are training 15 to 35 years girls. I never forget all that seva. Mataji, Ananta Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Gopinath ki jai. Even you are so busy as a प्रोफेशनल डेंटिस्ट डॉक्टर, बट स्टिल यू आर जस्ट भागा भाग करते, अपनी डिस्पेंसरी भी संभालते थे एंड स्पिरिचुअल केयर डिपार्टमेंट भी संभालते थे, और स्पिरिचुअल केयर डिपार्टमेंट में जो काम कर रहे हैं उनको भी आप ट्रेन करते थे. नो वर्ड्स टू योर सिंसियर सेवा. कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम. जय श्री प्रभुपाद. थैंक यू माता जी.
Missing you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pray for me this year coming for Shri Ram Vrindavan Dham and Maharaj Mayapur Dham Yatra. Hari Bol, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
we will talk about class later, but I have Mataji tooth, which is, I'm joking, Mataji. I just heard you are a dentist, so I thought, let's put a little here.
Funny.
Very beautiful. So Mataji, very beautiful class, as Vrinda Gopika Mataji has said too. You were talking about Hiranyakashipu, and then certainly you were comparing sometime how we also become a little Hiranyakashipu, right? We get attached to our service position and so many things, and that is true. And hopefully that mentality will change just by association, by sadhu sangha, by service. Other than that, there is no, I think, possibility that that can change. If there is only us, only if there are senior devotees who can teach us, guide us, I think that can change. And sometime I was thinking, we, as you were saying, we think we are devotee, we are devotee. And I was talking to someone the other day, and the Prabhuji and Mataji were saying that there's this devotee who does 3 parikrama every day of Giriraj Govardhanji, and he does it bare feet, and there is 50 degrees of temperature back in Vrindavan, and I was having tears in my eyes, thinking, we want to show up sometime, and we want to be there on the spot, right? In the spotlight, but there are these devotees who are just loving Krishna so much love, and but to speak, I was without words. But yeah, that's what it is. Listening about pure devotees, maybe one day will change our consciousness. You were saying, Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline, I was saying this in front of my friend, and his name is Pankaj. And he said, Arey wah, Baba, mera naam bhi hai Bhagavatam. मैंने कहा, नहीं, तेरा नाम नहीं है बाबा. This is just a shloka. So this is our position, Mataji. And certainly Adbhuta Shringam, you're saying the Lord's home. And I always get amazed how beautifully our acharyas, Srila Prabhupada has, put this prayer together that everybody can sing it. In ISKCON, the first prayer every devotee sings is, they started from Narsimha
Namaste, Namaste.
Arati. And it is so easy that and so beautiful, to sing, that we can sing it anytime. Oh Namo, and then small kids of like 3-4 years, Mataji, and they will sing it too. It's so beautiful. Adbhut Shringam and Adbhut prayer. And Mataji, you were saying about the third verse that my Srila Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj always says, you should cultivate this Trinadapi Sunichena, Amani na man dena. But our position is man lena. man, right? So different positions, Mataji, different positions. So true, Mataji. But very beautiful class, Mataji. Very beautiful class. Thank you for coming on the call, Mataji, and giving the class. And of course, we did not know that you teach so many things to other devotees like harmonium, and then you're busy, of course, with your own schedule, which is amazing. Then still you get time for bhakti. This is an inspiration for many of us, Mataji, because sometimes material things. I feel that some days I can't even chant properly my 16 rounds just because of my material commitments which are there. And it's not like it's going less. It's not like we want to be less, richer on the material side, because we do more and more. And then in the end of the day, there is no answer why we are getting so much more. If we are devotees and we are initiated and we know that nothing will go with us other than name of Krishna, but still we tend towards this mentality of grabbing more and more. But thank you, Mataji. You are an inspiration. So hopefully I will change myself one day. Hari bol. Thank you.
That's your sincerity, Prabhuji, Balabhadra, Kripa Prabhu. I really feel one of the points that you said, that in the material world, we have to work. We have to work to, because that's one of our duties. We have to fulfill our duties towards our family. And, so I can only say that, we should, as devotees, it. That's why I'm saying that we should not have a inflated view about ourselves that we are, devotees. So every day will be different because we have to struggle in this world. It's a struggle to maintain your material duties and also your spiritual sadhana, both together. It is a struggle. So I don't think anyone, even myself, I mean, I cannot just because, we all should know that we all are struggling. And it's like not that every day we will be able to, do all our spiritual sadhana in the perfect way.
Yes,
There will
Mataji.
be days when you are affected. So I pray like that to Krishna that, that the days I'm struggling, and when I see that I'm really not up to the mark spiritually, let that make me humble. At least let that make me realize the reality. That is the reality, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
That we are struggling and that we have to do our best. But we cannot, in the name of, just bhakti, neglect our, the duties, material duties that we have to perform.
Mataji, what I think is performing material duties is good and at one of the part of our life. But as nectar of instruction says, atyahara prayasascha, when we do atyahar and when we do over endeavoring, that's when the bhakti part goes away. And that's I think sometime where I'm struggling. Having one business or one job does not seem enough, and then you try to jump in a second one thinking that you can manage it.
Don't think. Yeah, I know this is, I really feel that you should not, think like this, that, oh, just because I'm doing 2 jobs or 3 jobs, I'm just being over endeavoring. As long as you are, doing your spiritual part as much as possible, and completing and trying to do your best in your spiritual path, materially, whatever you need to do in this world, whatever is needed for your family, you will have to do, and that is not over endeavoring. Why? Because whatever you will do, because you're doing your spiritual sadhana, whatever extra that you are getting materially is also going to be used in the service of Krishna. So then why should you not do it if you have the capacity?
Okay, Mataji, I will try.
So
But
don't, yeah. So sometimes I feel that, if as long as whatever you're working hard and earning, or what, if it is because you're doing your spiritual sadhana and your seva properly, everything can be used. It will be helpful in your to facilitate you in your bhakti path. So don't see it as something negative.
okay, Mataji, I will try to think like that. But yeah, my sadhana does get affected when I'm putting more hours towards work. So
That's natural, na? Because you have limited, time.
time only 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we, prioritize, like, the chanting is like is a lifeline. If that is done in the morning, that will be best. So we have to
True.
just try for that. That's it.
Thank you, Mataji. I'll try, certainly. Hari bol.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we'll go to the question answer session by your permission. Sorry, I just
There is
put
some
myself.
questions in
Yes,
the
Mataji.
chat.
Mataji, we have 2 devotees with the hand raised too. Param Pavani Mataji is there. Hare Krishna Param Pavani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for the asking question and wonderful, inspiring lecture, Mataji. Mataji, you mentioned that you emphasized the quality, humility, like throughout the lecture, and you also gave the example of our Krishnadas Kaviraj, like when he was glorifying.
Can I see your video? I'm not able to see you. Have you put your video on?
Yes, Mataji, I can put my video on.
But I can't see you. Somehow I can only see Balbhadra Kripa Prabhu. Can we change that?
Hare Krishna. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah, Param Pavani Shama. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. You mentioned, you gave the example. So my question is like how we can differentiate between the humility and the inferiority, because like we feel inferior and get depressed, but sadhana requires enthusiasm. So how can we understand which is humility and which is inferiority? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for this very wonderful, wonderful question. And yes, this is really a very, very important to understand the difference between humility and inferiority complex. Because many of us, we struggle with inferiority complex, because we think that we are not having any qualities, we are not qualified, we are very, very small. So there is a very nice differentiation which I heard. One is that when you are inferiority complex, your whole focus is about yourself, right? We are putting ourselves down because our whole focus is towards me, 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 me. Like it's like I am the center. But real humility is when the focus is on the service. So it can be any service, whatever little service also what you can do. If you focus only on the service and not focus on yourself, then you will understand that, because so many times, because of inferiority complex, we do not take up any service also, because we think that, oh, somebody gives you any service also, you say, oh no, I'm not really enthusiastic, because because the whole focus is on about yourself, what you are feeling. When we give importance to service, any service that comes, any devotee comes to you and gives you any service, says that, okay, please do flower seva. If your whole focus at that time is on your emotional,
We can't hear you, Mataji.
Haribol Mataji, we missed you.
Please
After
wait.
you were saying it's only focus on you, we missed you after that.
Please wait.
yeah.
Now it's good. That's good.
Yeah. So this is the difference, that humility, you think about Krishna and service, and in inferiority complex, you are only thinking about yourself. So we have to slowly change the focus towards whatever service we get. We just focus on the service, whatever has been given, and then gradually you will see that your focus on yourself will reduce. How sad you are, how unqualified you are, how small you are. Because real humility does not mean See, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying all these things, when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that he is a worm in the stool, he is not giving up his service. He is focusing on writing Chaitanya Charitamrita perfectly. But internally he thinks that he is not qualified. He is like a worm in the stool. In our case, what we do? We are so focused on thinking that we are worm in the stool that we don't do anything. So the remedy for that is just focus on service. Make a point in your life that whatever service anybody tells me to do, I will do it. Without thinking about me in the middle. Put yourself aside. Whenever your mind starts saying this, now, oh, I'm so small, I'm so this, you say, you get out of the way. I have to focus on the service. Whatever has been told to me, I will do that. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. It's so nice. You differentiate humility and inferiority. Also, you gave the solution that how to avoid inferiority and focus, be humble. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Param Bhavani Mataji. You're very sweet. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you. You always ask nice questions too, which help all of us. Mataji, there is also Radha Jyoti Mataji. Hare Krishna, Radha Jyoti Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Can you put her your video so that I can see you?
Mataji, I am from India, Shalapur, and today weather is not good here. And there is a lot of disturbance also. So could you please forgive me if I don't put the video on?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Mataji, my question to you is, I heard about your services when there was an introduction. Also, I heard from one of the great devotee here, how she was appreciating your services. Mataji, my question to you is, how you balanced when you were working and the reading, chanting, and services. It affects a lot. So I wanted to know how you maintain that balance, or what was your attitude while going through that sufferings, because everyone is bound to suffer. I just wanted to know about your service attitude. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No, I don't think I have any service attitude, but what I can say is that I always try to balance both family life and my spiritual life and work life. I try to keep it always moderate, not and balance it. And I'm fortunate that because I'm a doctor, I could do it. That I don't have to work the whole day. But there are many other women who have to work. Like more from like a whole day service, 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever. So I know it can be a very big struggle for, but I feel I try to prioritize whatever was important at that time in my life. Like I joined when I was very young, like I was in my 20s when I joined in Bhakti. So I was really focused at that time on reading Srila Prabhupada's books and hearing and doing seva in the temple and whatever I could do. At that time, I focused only on that. And then when I got married, and then when I had to, got married, and then I also had to work as a dentist, I balanced in such a way so that I gave priority to my family life first, my home, whatever was needed at that time, and also work, focused on my career or my service as a dentist. So And then later when the children came, I gave more priority to the children, because that was what was more important at that time, rather than, working or earning money. That was not the focus. So every stage of your life, you have to decide what is important and what is priority for you, what you need to do. So as the instruction that is given to us by is that children are the most important in your life. They have to be given top priority, more than even going to temple sometimes. So, so that's what I focused on at that time. And now when all the responsibilities like children are grown up and all, again, I'm trying to focus on personal sadhana, personal self-improvement, reading, and, seva. So this is how, you have to see how you can balance things, whatever is needed. You do the needful, but the focus is ultimately we have to depend only on Krishna. That is our only goal. So,
Thank you, Mataji. What I understood is we need to keep the things where they belong to, because we hanker sometimes. We carry a lot of things. We are not born to do that, but we do that by the habit, or that is very difficult to do. But I'm trying to focus. Thank you so much, Mataji. Learned
yeah.
lot from you. Eternally grateful to you, Mataji. Would like to see you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We are all struggling anyway. So when you are in the association of devotees, somehow we have to take help from other devotees also. Take inspiration from other devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
Yes,
you.
Mataji, we are blessed by your presence as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhajyoti Mataji. We would love to see you again, please, also sometime with video on. When you were saying I am from Sholapur, I was thinking in Sholapur they are banning the Zoom videos. But then
No, Prabhuji, the network will be fluctuated, and I will get out of the Zoom if I put the video on. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol.
I'm really looking forward to seeing some of you. Any more questions? I'm coming to US in September, October.
राधा रानी की जय हो, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, श्रील प्रभुपाद, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, गोपीनाथ की जय. Eagerly waiting your association, Mataji. Dr. H.G. Adhikadadar Prabhu and Dr. H.G. Radha Bhav and H.G. Amindra Prabhuji is staying here. Please welcome Atlanta Pani Atidam. And yes, Mataji, you are singing Vaishnav songs so beautifully. Srimati Shishi Radharani has given a beautiful voice, and you train us also. Can you please sing whatever you want to sing, Mataji, by the permission of all Bhakti Sangha teachers?
Yes, Mataji, please sing.
You want me to sing? Anyone has any more question? Any more question?
Yes, Mataji, there is Suruchi Mataji is there.
Okay, Suruchi Mataji, can you put the video focus on her, because I can only see Param Pavani Mataji now.
Mataji, I don't know how to put in spotlight. Okay, now she's
Yeah. Yeah, Suruchi, I can see Suruchi now. Hari bol. You are on mute, Suruchi.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. So I don't have any question, but I just want to, want to give my.
Suruchi Mataji. I can't see Suruchi Mataji. I can see Shama Gauri Mataji now. Can you put it on Suruchi Mataji? Yeah, you can ask the question.
Mataji, I don't have any question, but I just want to, I'm being very grateful and full of gratitude. Today I attended the first session. So I was really looking forward, yeah, because I'm from Mumbai, and I was attending Gaur Vilas Prabhuji classes. But recently I just shifted my place, and I was feeling very left out, that how I can, means continue my, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita classes. And then he shared this link with me, and I'm really grateful to all of you. And the questions which I think everybody asked today, I can resonate to all of the questions so much, because I think even I'm struggling, and I'm also having that challenge, like maintaining your work life balance and doing the seva. And the other question which other Mataji asked about how humility, and also I felt that I was going to temple. I was given the seva of making the garland for uh, Lord Krishna. And when I was doing that, I somewhat felt, oh my God, I'm not doing properly. There is, like, I'm not proper. So my mind got so much, divert that, and then I got feared. Oh my God, अगर अच्छे से नहीं बने भगवान जी के हार तो what? And I got that fear, and self-doubting myself so much that I can't tell you. But how somehow I felt, no, I should continue. It's okay. Here and there it's fine, but I should continue. So thank you all of you, and it's a very nice group, and a safe place where I can share my doubts and confusion, and can be with all of you. Thank you so much, and very nicely you have explained about Prahlad and all. So yeah, I'm really grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Hare
yes,
Krishna.
Mataji, please join every day. We have Bhagavatam classes and other classes also. So if you join the group, you will know what are the classes are there, and you can join every day, Mataji.
Sure,
We are
Mataji.
looking forward for your association every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Suruchi Mataji. Just so you know, Shamagori Mataji charges every month, and $100. So be ready.
No. And they go in Balbhadra Krupa Prabhu's account, right?
So
I'm just
funny.
Suriti Mataji, please come. We don't charge anything. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
$100. My God, you speak only in dollars, huh? हम लोग रुपीस वाले हैं बाबा.
Full stoppers, yeah.
Hari Bol.
Full stoppers are from US and Canada, Mataji. That's why they speak in dollars.
Hari Bol. Joking, Mataji, joking. Shamagori Mataji, Hari Bol. Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
call.
you.
And thank you so much for coming to US. We are looking forward for your
Yeah,
association.
I'm coming to
Wonderful
Charlotte,
class.
so I'm really excited about coming and meeting so many devotees in Charlotte. We are having a Rasa festival in North Carolina in Prabhupada village. So
Very
whoever is
nice.
close by, please come. Yeah, please announce. Yeah,
Yes.
we are doing 5 rasas. So
Yes. Thank you so much,
we have
Mataji.
any time for bhajan, for short, small bhajan, or whichever.
Very small, yeah. We have 5 minutes, Mataji.
Only 5 minutes, okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank
So
you.
which bhajan should I sing?
यदि गौर ना होते.
Huh?
यदि गौर ना होते.
Okay.
She said, यदि गौर ना होते.
यदि
But I
गौर
think
न होई तो
Cannot hear.
I think Mataji got freeze.
She will be back, Radhu.
Because Gaur Naam is there, na? So Mataji got freezed.
She's in ecstasy.
Hari bol, I have to see the bhajan na. So when I'm going to my bhajan book, then the sound is going. Can
That's what
somebody
we were
share
saying,
the
Mataji.
song?
That's what we were saying, Mataji. Yeah, we can share it.
यदि गौर न होई तो तबे की होई तो केमोने धरिताम्बे यदि गान हुई तो तबे की हुई तो केमोने धरिताम्बे राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगते जानतो के राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगते जानतो के गाओ गाओ पुन्हा प्रेम I don't know the wordings. Please share na. गाओ गाओ केमोने धरिनु दे भाव सागरे ए मोन दया एक जान यदि गान हुई तो तबे की हुई तो केमोने धरिताम्बे
Mataji, it's in chat box.
Okay. I don't know how to open the chat box. Now let it be.
Gauranga Galia.
There are, okay, I think maybe we can share the screen. No. Share.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please sing any song that you remember the lyrics. That's fine. We just want to listen your voice.
Ami Gauranga Bolia Naginu Galia Kemone Dharinu De Gauranga Bolia Naginu Galia Kemone Dharinu De बासुरिया आशान दिया केमोनी गड़िया चे बासुरिया आशान दिया केमोनी गड़िया चे यदि गान हुई तो तबे की हुई तो केमोने धरिताम्बे Hare Krishna. Thank you. So
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
I'll meet you again, all of you. I'm really thankful to Shyamagauri Mataji for giving me this opportunity to meet everyone. Hare Krishna.
We are very grateful to you, Mataji. You, with your busy schedule too, you came on the call. And
I just want to thank Mataji. Can I do that, Balabhadra Prabhu?
Hari bol, Mataji. We are waiting only for you.
Sorry, I didn't raise my hand. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Wonderful class, Mataji. Wonderful class.
Thank you.
The way you said, like Srila Prabhupada also said, we need to prioritize, right? We need to prioritize that day. And every stage, that's what we need to do. We get so anxious that I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to go to the temple, or I'm not able to Shravanam or Kirtanam. But I think every stage we change, our life changes, and you're such an inspiration to us. Like being a professional doctor, you're still balancing your spiritual life and your professional life. Not many of us can do that, Mataji, because maybe we are not focused. And once we are focused, probably then only it's possible to balance this both spiritual life and our professional life. But at the same time, bhakti is something which comes from heart. It's not superficial, right? So when it's superficial, then we are just doing it for the sake of it. I don't know. That's what my realization is. And when it's coming from heart, then we are focused. But thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam to you. Please come and give your association again, Mataji, because we have very few Matajis taking classes in the early morning session. So we look forward to your association again. And Krishna,
Yes.
all you, all glories.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, please our obeisances to Mataji and all the Vaishnavas.
Shita kripa sindhu cha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। सद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। जय सीता देवी माता जी की जय।
Thank you, Mataji.
Devotees,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna Kumari Mata